Welcome everyone to another unboxing. So today it's Marvel Crisis Protocol's Sin and Viper. So you can probably guessed already, I'm really going quite hard down the Cabal route. So Sin, for those who don't know, is actually Red Skull's daughter. Now I didn't know Red Skull had a daughter, and I call myself a Marvel fan, but I have heard of Viper. So Viper has some pretty nasty poison abilities. Now, they are reflected in the rules, as you would imagine, because this is quite cinematic and true to the comics. So, what do you get in the box for Sin and Viper? Fun enough, a Sin and Viper model. Yeah, shocking, right? Who knew? 2 bases, which I haven't even opened up the box yet. And it's probably, it's going to be a choice of bases. At a guess, 2 character stat cards, 2 team tactics cards, and 8 tokens. So I was thinking there was going to be more team tactics cards as there's 2 models, but I don't really care because I bought this box for Sin as a second choice for a leadership ability for Cabal. So you could either have her or Red Skull as a leader and use either one of those abilities. I do like Red Skull. I think he's pretty good. On his own, it looks like he could be quite good, rolling 7 dice in one of his attacks, things like that. But it generally doesn't happen. I think it's just my luck of the dice. But I do like his innate ability to give everybody in the team an extra damage, extra energy when they perform a damage. Pretty nice. But looking at the cards on the Marvel Crisis Protocol website before this model turned up, I actually thought, oh, Viper's actually pretty good. I actually might play her. So I bought the box originally for Sin, and looking at it, Viper is pretty good as well for low level characters, especially if she's going to start throwing out those poisons out there, and you've got Omega Red. It's a nice synergy going on there, because he does auto 2 damage if someone is suffering from poison. So, conquer the world, Sin and Viper. When the Red Skull sought an heir for his criminal empire, he fathered Cynthia Schmidt, the girl who was raised with a constant indoctrination of her father's twisted views. So this woman is not nice, as you can imagine, the daughter of the Red Skull. She does tend to like a little bit of pain though. She's a little bit on the weird side like that. A little bit sadistic, a little bit creepy as well. And her man, her other half, is actually Crossbones, which we'll get to in a minute when we look at the cards. Once again, this game really does reflect the comics and, you know, in the rules. And then we have Lady Hydra herself. We have Viper. So if you don't know, she was raised by Hydra. In fact, Daniel Whitehall. So for those who've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you might know who Daniel Whitehall is, but he is a big part of Hydra. The mysterious agent known as Kraken is his other name. I wonder if we're going to ever get a model for him in the game, but yeah. For over 2 decades, she was trained to become one of the organization's most proficient soldiers. Later in life, she abandoned Hydra to become a leader of the Serpent Squad mercenaries. As you can imagine, with a name like Viper, she would fit in quite well. So, opening the box. Can't get the box. Me and packaging. Come on, man. Live on camera. Anything else? The how-to. I think that's it. Right, so how-to guide. Not expecting anything weird and wonderful. Usual rules apply. Fairly straightforward. Probably not many mode lines. And nice, clear, easy to read. The bodies, front and back. Legs, arms, head. And Viper isn't too difficult either. 2 pieces cutting out the legs, because normally you're going to attach the legs together. The legs are part of the body. So yeah, I mean, the classic tactical rock. Let's have a look at the models themselves. I was right about the bases. So there's 4 bases, so it's a bit of a choice. You haven't seen these models before. Quite detailed bases. I do like the level of cracking and damage there. You also get a little bottle to choose from, and a little plastic cup. So you can litter your base with litter. There you go. Alright, so not too bad actually. There is a little bit of detail on the face there. That's pretty good actually. Nice cracked rocks there. Got a knife in one hand, pistol in the other. Knee-high boots. Yeah, we've all got those. And a piece of destroyed terrain that she's leaping off as well. And not too bad level of detail on the face. I was a bit worried. But she's got quite a thin, looks like some kind of katana blade possibly. And a pistol in her hand as well. Get to the cards. See me wrestle with the packaging. Go into the light. Poison, stun, and mission cards, and of course the good old Hydra tokens as well, which I'll add to the ever-growing pile of tokens that you get from Marvel Crisis Protocol. Let's put those to one side. Who should we start with? Let's go with Sin. Start with Sin. So Sin has 4 stamina, so 4 health on her healthy side. Movement medium, size 2. She's classic human kind of size. She's 3 cost. Okay, so she does have slightly above average Mystic. She's on 4 defense on Mystic. Automatic pistol, range 3, 4 strength, 0 cost. After this attack is resolved, this player gains 1 energy. So auto gains 1 energy, which is nice. So I'm going to put this down here and zoom in so you guys can see a lot clearer. And then I haven't got shaky hands. No one wants to see my shaky old man hands. So after this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 energy. So flat out gains 1 energy, doesn't have to score any wounds. Which is nice, because 4 dice isn't amazing. A lot of people are going to shooting against. The average is 3 defense dice, and there might be some janky stuff going on there. But you have rapid fire. After this attack is resolved, this character can make 1 additional automatic pistol attack. This additional attack must target the original target character, and the additional attack does not have a rapid fire special rule. So it's 4, you get 1 point. 4, you get 1 point. Presumably that's how it works. That's how I'm reading it anyway. Please tell me in the comments below if I am wrong. But surely it states you don't get the rapid fire. It doesn't say about the other bit. So I would imagine it's 2 energy. So it's 2 automatic energy, even if you score no damage, which is pretty nice. That's pretty good. Let's see what we can do with that energy. So make it personal. It's range 2. It's 6 strength, so 6 dice. 4 energy. And if you have a crit and a wild, you have insult to injury. After this attack is resolved, this character may make an additional make it personal attack without paying the energy cost. That's pretty cool. The additional attack must target the original target, and it is a mystic attack instead of using its normal type. That's pretty different. It's pretty nice. I mean, certain characters have a better mystic than others, but on the whole, a normal everyday character, like I've said, your normal models, nothing like Doctor Strange, things like that, don't have a very high mystic. It's one of the things I think is a bit lower on average for the average character. Instead of using its normal type, this additional attack does not have the insult to injury special rule. So you're rolling 6 dice, it costs 4. After it goes off, you get to do it again. If you have a crit and a wild. So on 6 dice, it's possible. It's not unheard of. It's not mega strong. I wouldn't really rely on it. But that's not bad. That's not bad. So we'll get now to her abilities. So Red Mayhem, like I said, she's affiliated with Cabal. So during the cleanup phase after scoring VPs, roll a dice for each objective token contested by an allied character. If the result is a crit, wild, or a hit, push each enemy character contesting the objective away from the objective token small. That's pretty good. I mean, yes, it's after you score. If it was before you score, that would be massively strong. And probably be a bit broken. But it does mean the person who wants to get that objective after being pushed away now has to do something to move closer, i.e. perform an action, or if they have a special that allows them to move. They're burning a utility, basically, to get closer again. So, annoying it at worst, stopping them from scoring in the next turn at best. Roll a dice for each enemy character holding an asset token within 2 of an allied character. If the result is a crit, wild, or hit, the enemy character drops 1 asset token of your choice. Really good. Normally you have to knock somebody out, daze them, whatever, to get them to drop that. This is brilliant. You roll, and if you get any of those dice, they drop that asset token. Like I said, it's after they score, but it's still really good. So, looking at it straight away, I can see she hasn't got much health on the healthy side. Probably want to keep her at the back initially. You know, really being irritating with that affiliation ability. Right, now she has for 2 energy, hit and run. So as an action, this character immediately makes an attack action followed by a move action. It can only be used once per turn. So it's good. Maybe make it personal. It's 4. You get to attack twice possibly if you get a decent dice roll, and then you can move away. So she's a bit squishy on the front side, so maybe a hit and run is pretty good. But to use your attacks and that, you know, it is using a fair bit of energy. So 4 and 2, 6. It's quite a lot. Because you don't really want to take her up there and rely on surviving after getting hit to generate that energy. She's only got 4 on the front. Partners in crime. At the end of this character's activation, if it's within 4 of an allied crossbones, which is what I was talking about earlier on, her better half, this character may use this superpower. If the allied crossbones does not have an activated token, he may activate before your turn ends, which is really nice. It costs no points whatsoever. So you are within 4. After you activated, you're going to go crossbones, you do your thing. If he hasn't got a token on him already, and he gets to move up and do his thing. So I do find crossbones is quite slow. This isn't really speeding him up at all. But it is getting a nice synergy, a bit of a nice combo going on there. Someone thinks they're going to go next, and you're going to go, wait a minute, crossbones is going to move up. So it's not you go, I go, you go, I go, as normal. So that can be quite strong in the right circumstances. So we have Heir to the Wicked. So when this character is damaged by an enemy or allied effect, after the effect is resolved, if it is not dazed, she gains 1 energy. So normally, certain things will not give you energy. She likes being hit. Like I said, she kind of likes a bit of the old damage, a bit of the old injury, getting beaten around a bit. I'm not going to go into it, but you probably know what she likes. So yeah, so she always gains 1 energy, unless obviously specified. Friend or foe will gain her energy. And she has stealth. So you can keep her back a little bit, doing her red mayhem abilities, because she cannot be targeted unless you are within 3. So you can keep her alive, but her automatic pistols are only range 3. So if you use a pistol, for example, you have to be within 3 of somebody, and they can smack you back. So that's where the hit and run will come in handy. But when she takes damage, she has 6 health rather than 4. So on the second side, she is a little bit more durable. But other than that, I think she's the same. So she looks exactly the same on the other side. Most people, when you flip their card, the suits are all torn, a bit raggedy. She seems to be pretty happy about it. So, I don't know. She seems to like it. But yeah, all the partners in crime, hit and run, all that good stuff, still exactly the same. Just a bit more durable on the second side. So, if it was me, keep her back a little bit. Really make use of that red mayhem ability. But, you know, she is 3 points, so you're going to want to do stuff with her. So if she does get into combat, unfortunately, there goes the stealth. So maybe at that stage, she might have racked up a bit of energy. Let's see if you can get and make it personal. So 2 lots of 6 dice would be pretty nice. Okay, so I do think she is a bit squishy, even though she has stealth. But that leadership ability is really, really good. Good old red mayhem. Okay, next we have Viper. So Viper has 5 stamina on the healthy side. She's a long movement, so she's definitely fast. Size 2. As to be expected, she's a regular humanoid, human size person. She is also a 3-pointer. And her stats are, as most 3-pointers are, nothing too special. 3, 3, 3 across the board. I'm saying that's pretty average. It's okay. It's alright. She has Poison Blade, so it's range 2. 5 dice. 0 energy. After this attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the amount of damage dealt. Slightly different from Sin. This one has to damage. But if you get a wild, there's the poison. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the poison special condition, which works really good with Omega Red, who's also in Cabal. I love the model, and I want to make him do some work, so I'm thinking these two together would be pretty nice. Okay, next we have an Assassin's Pistol. It's range 3, it's 4 dice, so 1 less, but a bit more range, and also costs no energy at all. So after this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 energy. So it's a flat out 1 energy for 4 dice. I always think that's good, because 4 dice I don't think is massively strong. So just like Sin in that department. If you get the wild, it stuns. So stun special condition on that character. I think it's pretty good. So if you're within 2, try a stun and a poison. I think it's pretty good. Put those conditions out there, keep stacking them up. Speaking of which, we also have a Viper Strike, range 3, 6 dice for 3 energy. After this attack is resolved, place this character within 1 of the target. And if you get a wild, it's Venom. Doesn't summon Venom. That would be amazing if Venom just appears on the table. Brilliant. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the slow and stun special conditions. That's really good. So you do that, and then maybe one of those or those, and you're really racking up those special conditions. Fantastic. Just keep throwing them out there. Okay, so she has a Displacement Ring, which is 2 energy. Place this character within 2 of its current position. This superpower can only be used once per turn. So if the long movement wasn't enough, if you moved up twice, you can also use the Displacement Ring. So maybe move up twice, grab an objective, and then use this to smeg off a little bit further up the table. That's pretty cool. If she's got the energy to do it, why not? She also has Coiled Serpent for 2 energy. When this character is targeted by an attack within range 2, it may use this superpower. Instead of rolling dice equal to its defense, it rolls 5 defense dice. Then, if this character suffers no damage from the attack after the attack is resolved, the attacker suffers 2 damage. I think that's really good, because your defense is then better, so even if you fail, you've still rolled more dice. If you succeeded, you can then auto do 2 damage to the attacker. I think it's really good. I like that. And for only 2 energy, why not? You've boosted your defenses, and you get to do 2 damage if you haven't taken any damage yourself. Also has stealth. Very, very interesting, because you're not really going to hold back too much. But if you wanted to play a speed, like I said, long range, displacement ring, grab that objective, get the hell out of there. And if you want to spend the rest of the game running the backfield with those objectives, you've got stealth. I think that's really good. So you could get her in combat, you could throw a load of conditions out there, or you can use her to grab that objective and just get out. So, what she got on her injured side. So, she had 5 on the front, it's 5 on the back. She doesn't look any different on the back than she does on the front. So, the attacks are still the same, and the abilities are still the same. So I think she's got potential. She can seriously do some work. I mean, it's not masses of damage. The hardest hitting thing she's got is the Viper Strike for 6 dice. But if you do get that Venom, they're slowed and stunned. Brilliant. And then she can get out of there with this Displacement Ring. Why not? So yeah, I think she's got some legs. She could definitely shift. And objectives, that's definitely what the game's about, right? Okay, so the 2 team tactics cards. We have Illicit Tech, so Explosion, Plasma Rifle, Sin. Yeah, they went there. So it's range 5, really good. 6 dice, pretty good. 0 cost, that's good. So it's unaffiliated, it's active, and it's during Crossbones or Sin's activation. They may spend 1 energy to play this card. This character may use this attack shown above once this activation. After the attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the amount of damage dealt. It's good. After the attack is resolved, the target character and enemy characters within 2 gain the Incinerate special condition. Always good. Always good. Throw those conditions out there. Keep throwing them out. This attack can only have dice added to the attack roll from crit results, and this character cannot modify its attack during this attack. It's pretty good. So what they're saying is you can't use Crossbones, his Haymaker, you can't bust out more dice, so it's got to be 6 dice, and you can only have more dice from crits. So even though it says no energy at the top of the card, it actually is 1 energy. But for 1 energy, 6 dice, and it's a brilliant range. To get Incinerate out there as well is nice, and you can generate energy equal to the amount of damage dealt. So even if you only got a couple of energy out, couple of damage out there, still a couple of energy, and Incinerate. Incinerate's really good. So if people bunch up, which is probably a bit of a risky move, play this card. I think that's a good card. I don't think that's bad at all. So, oh dear, another terrible card. To Ash and Cinder. Sin. Yep, we get it. Dad jokes. Unaffiliated, reactive card this time around. At the start of the activation phase, Sin or Crossbones may spend 2 energy to play this card. Place a demolition charge within range 3 of this character During the next cleanup phase, all characters within 2 of the demolition charge gain the stun special condition and suffer 2 damage. It says all characters. That's nasty, because it's not all enemy characters, that's all characters. So maybe put it on an objective that you think your opponent's definitely going to get. Place that out there. That's pretty nice. So they suffer 2 damage. Destroy all terrain features of size 3 or less within 2 of the demolition charge token, and then remove it from the battlefield. That's pretty, yeah. You got to be a bit careful where you're going to end up. But that's strong. And yes, I know Viper doesn't get a team tactics card. This is all about Sin and her lover, Crossbones. But yeah, I think that's got some legs. I mean, stun is always nice. 2 damage is nice. So, if, you know, it's within range 2. That could be a lot of models within 2. Yeah, stun and auto damage, and gets rid of a terrain feature. So if a piece of terrain is in the way, that's a pretty nice play as well. Don't forget the illicit tech, which I think is pretty cool. Only 1 energy, and you could throw some Incinerate out there and gain some energy back yourself. It's good. It's good. So I was going to use Sin for the really nice affiliation abilities. Keep her at the back. I don't think she's going to survive very long, even though she's got stealth. I think in a straight up fight, she's probably going to be toast. Whereas Viper is probably going to run in, grab objectives, and smeg off. If not, she's going to keep throwing that poison out there, for me anyway, because I will be playing Omega Red. I love that guy. You know, he's so cheery. Who doesn't like an angry Russian, right? Right, so, thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that like button if you haven't done already. It really helps support the channel and keeps getting us noticed. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do for some more great contents. So we have unboxings, we have product reviews, we have battle reports of many different kinds. At the moment, we're pretty hot on Aeronautica and, of course, 40k. We're hoping to get some AOS battle reports as well. I do have an AOS army. I really should be playing it more. John certainly does, and a few of our local guys from our local club have as well. So it'd be nice to get them on the channel, play a bit of AOS, and of course, up and coming Marvel Crisis Protocol. I'm painting up some models, getting a team ready, because you want to see a full team of painted models. Marcus is doing the same as well. And it's a really popular game in our area, so you never know, we might get some guests on from our local club and the surrounding areas. Okay, thanks guys, and take it easy.